There isn't any right that you possess that they're not planning on taking away.
Sheeple.
Your sheeple. And your children are going to be slaughtered if you go along with the program. It's time to wake the town and tell the sheeple. We're being led.
A lot of people are going to go with the program. There's only a certain amount of people are elected to make it up out of it. There's going to be a lot of people going with the program because they're not going to lose access to Babylon. That's why the scripture mentions it says, arise ye and depart, because this is not your rest. For this is not your rest. Because it's not. You got people, they've been coming out complaining about owning property and say having to pay property taxes. They're like, hey, wait a minute. We've been getting fucked over. How we own a property, but we still got to pay stuff. But see, that's Esau, that bullshit. Because realistically speaking, when you buy a property and buy land, that's supposed to be your land. And once you stake claim to the land, that's your land. Now, I know you still got to pay taxes. So basically, you don't pay the high wage and still have to pay Esau off to maintain that. Because Esau, one of his blessings was the fatness of the land. That's how you know who's ruling right now. The scriptures mention that. The blessing was the sword and the fatness of the land. I'm gonna let this play some more.
Like sheep to the slaughter. What is the purpose? A new world order. The United States of America is controlled by this evil archy. They control the money system. They control the State Department. They control the presidency.
So they have a plan to give us a new age, world, global occultic religion. They're going to have been deceived so greatly that they'll actually think it's something good. In fact, the whole New Age movement, the New World Order crowd is telling people that the 666 mark of the beast is the most elite thing that could ever happen to them.
No cash. Cashless society. It's ready to go. Disease could be created. In essence, this is what he was saying.
We have new strains of virtually everything that's drug resistant or drug free.
I'm not worried about the old diseases. I'm worried about the ones that they create to bring down the population of the world. They simply want to exterminate them. But that they consider them to be useless eaters.
Words are very important to the Illuminati. These things are manufactured purposely for a purpose. And so I'm saying that there is something organized and directed, and it's here in this country.
Future shocker biochip. And this is what Anthony showed.
See, Esau been planning this shit, man. But now, the time that came, they've been perfecting this stuff. And they're ready to put it in motion even more. You already got people with it. It's just whatever event they got schemed up hasn't took place yet. So they can push it forward even more and make it mandatory. You best believe they're doing backroom deals and stuff. And that's why one spiritual gift is being able to edify, because a lot of people, we want insight on this information. You may tell them one time, they may have to hear some of it. The scriptures are repetitive. Some people don't get it on the first couple go rounds, and then they end up getting it if they meant to get it. But if they really can't get it and you can perceive they can't get it, just leave that shit alone. Let me see. Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1, it says, follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you may prophesy. That's one gift. That's a major gift. Because you got all these books, right? You got all this knowledge and wisdom and all this information. They don't speak about prophecy. This book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 12, it says, even so ye for as much as ye are zealous of spiritual gifts, seek that you may excel to the edifying of the church. Because a lot of Akim, which is understandable, it's just in our spirit, on spiritual power to be able to defend their people or help themselves or heal people or whatever. But one main thing to help people is start with healing the mind, healing the soul, edifying. And everything grows from there. Now, let me see. Look, 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 4 says, neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, because you have a lot of shit going on. I've been seeing a lot of videos about that stuff lately, too. It says, which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in the faith. So do. Because you have a lot of videos out that give heed to all type of mysterious-ass fuckery. Like I seen the video, they talking about people from Pleiades and Arcturus and all that, even though some of those terms are mentioned in the scriptures. But people try to go down the line with the genealogies and the star seed and all these different terms and all that shit. Don't give heed to that, man. The Most High gave us the perfect blueprint of what's going on, what happened back then, and what's to come. A lot of these other books don't go into that. Now, let me see what other precept I want to get. Look at 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 5 says, I would that ye all spake with tongues, but rather that ye prophesied. For greater is he that prophesied and he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret, that the church may receive edifying. And when they're talking about speaking in tongues, it means speaking in different languages, whether it be in Creole, French Creole, whether it be in Espanol, whether it be in Mandarin or Chinese, Japanese, speaking in these different tongues to edify people across the world, because our people are scattered across the world. That's why it's so important to edify. And also, let me see. I've seen this one video. The guy was talking about nobody can stop what's coming. Now, I'm just revisiting this video because I made a video a while ago on this. I happened to see
Africa. And I'm going to play you a little clip, and hopefully you'll be able to hear this about what he's all about.
So the story goes that in the 1960s, there was a black man in Africa who came in with abilities complementary to those of Jesus. And he was performing miracles. He was...
Let's see, look. That AI shit and all that can't top spiritual gifts. And Esau know that, but they proud. So they're going to try to do shit anyway. That's another way the Most High going to show his power.
Starting to get people to listen to what he had to say. And the cabal tried to kill him. And, you know, they could shoot him in the head and his skull would just regenerate and the flesh would grow back and he was fine. And, you know, so the crazy story that I heard.
And see, this is one thing that Esau can't control too. This guy right here, looking at him on this picture, if you were being carnal minded, you would look at him and think, oh, that's an Edomite. That's a white man. Man, this man, if he paying attention to stuff like this, and actually being humble enough to comprehend and understand that you have men that have spiritual gifts, and he's showing a brown man, a black man, a so-called black man on there. Esau don't really like bringing out stuff like that. They hate that shit. Their spirit can't mesh with knowing that a black man can have those type of abilities. But a spiritual man will understand that God can bless individuals that he chooses, primarily Israelites from those tribes, and they understand that stuff. See this guy, I'm sure he knows something. He got his beard grown out, so I'm sure he read the scriptures. And that's what's going to bug Esau out even more, because they're going to see people, primarily our people, but they're going to see some people amongst us. It's going to be a spiritual event. It's not no black or white thing. It's an Israelite thing. Yahawah thing.
Which, and remember, I was told at the time that if I disclosed